with mobile, etc., etc. Like this, you'll be seeing a lot of groups. Okay? You'll see a lot of groups over here. Okay? So what we'll be doing, and this is just theoretical stuff. I'm just sharing it with you so that we are all on the same page. Then over here you can add more pages as well. If you want to work on 2 pages, you can add more pages as well. Okay? Then let's say if you want to make it a mobile view, for a mobile view, you can do that as well. Okay? If you want to do that, you can do that. But we majorly people use it in desktop, so we'll be doing it in desktop view itself. So like this, it's there. Okay? Apart from that, one very important thing which I want you to see on the right hand side of my screen. Okay? Guys, do you all see these 3 different vertical lines over here? Do you see these 3 different vertical lines over here? Yes. So these are the panes. P-A-N-E. Not the pain. Not talking about that. These are the 3 different panes which are very important part. Via which you will be able to create the visualization. Okay. The first one is a filter pane which is not used much. Okay. Which is not used much. But the visualization pane and the data pane is something that we'll be using very heavily. Okay. Guys, Power BI is a no-code software. You do not need to do any sort of coding as such in order to make your Power BI windows, your Power BI dashboards. It is a no-code software, and this data pane and visualization pane will play a very major aspect for you to be able to create these no-code sort of dashboards. Okay? So we'll be using these data pane visualization pane very heavily throughout the workshop. So that is why just introducing you all to this as well. Okay? Now guys, once we are set with this, let's go ahead and start with the actual implementation. Let's actually start creating our dashboard. Okay? So step number 1. What is step number 1? Guys, what do you think? What is step number 1? What do you think? What is step number 1? Step number 1 is actually uploading our data, importing our data. Absolutely right. I see so many correct answers in the chat box. Importing our data, getting the data set into the Power BI, right? Because data set is right now it's in Excel. Data set is in Excel. We need to get it into our Power BI window. So step number 1 is loading the data. How do you load the data? So there are various options, as you can see right there in front of your screen. Okay? So you have get data. You can get your data from your Excel workbook, from your SQL server, from your OneLake data hub. You can enter data manually from a data source from resource sources. That is not it. Okay? You can see the multiple options right there in front of your screen via which you can get your data. Or if you click on more, you will get in fact more options as well. Okay? Right from Excel workbook to PDF to MySQL database to Azure database to the multiple number of options you have via which you can get data in order to make a Power BI dashboard. But for the sake of simplicity, and not just for the sake of simplicity, for the case of defining the purpose for 99% people over here, we'll be using it via our Excel file or via our CSV file. Correct? So I'll simply choose text CSV over here and choose the CSV file that I want to be working on, or the Excel file that you want to be working on, whatever the case is. So HR data is the one. Okay, so I'll choose HR data over here and I'll click on open. Once I do that, you will see that the Excel file is being connected to the Power BI window, and you will have something like this exactly as we saw on our Excel file right there in front of your screen. Now, what do you need to do over here? Simply click on load. Once you do that, you need to wait for a few seconds because your data is now being connected to the Power BI window, as you can see right there in front of your screen. Okay? Okay. Now guys, see on the right hand side, in the data pane. Okay, in the data pane. If it was blank earlier, now this HR data, the entire data set with all the columns has been uploaded in the Power BI window, and that is why if you click over here, you will see all the columns. Okay, see this Excel file. All the columns from this particular Excel file has come to our data pane, as you can see over here. Is everyone with me so far? Can I get with you in the chat box if everyone is with me? With me? Yes. With you? Perfect. Absolutely love this energy in the chat box. Okay? So I'm trying to be, not trying to go very fast, not trying to go very slow. I'm trying to maintain a moderate pace so that everyone can follow along with me. Okay? This pace is going fine. Should I increase my pace? Should I decrease my pace? How is it going? Fine, absolutely fine. Decrease the pace, smooth, increase. Guys, like for people who are asking to increase or decrease, maximum people are saying it is fine. So let's go ahead at this particular pace itself. Okay? So our first step is done. We have loaded our data set and connected it to our Power BI window. Okay? Now, guys, before we actually start making our Power BI dashboard, we can simply go ahead and define the theme for us. So what we'll do, we can go to the View tab. Okay, we can go to the View tab and any particular theme. It is not necessary that you need to choose the theme on the first step itself. But if you happen to want to do it, you can do that. Let's say a couple of people are saying me that like white cursor is not seeing on the screen. So what I can do, I can use this sort of a black theme as well. But if someone wants a purple theme, you can go ahead with this purple theme. If someone wants any theme, whatever theme works for you, if you want this, you can choose that. So Power BI already has a lot of inbuilt themes which you can see under the View tab. Under the View tab in the themes group, if you choose over here, you'll be able to choose your theme. So guys, we can go ahead with this particular black theme because I really happen to like black theme colors, and this is exactly how I made this dashboard as well. So let's go ahead and use this black theme itself. With me. Yes. Chal. So we can go ahead and do that. Okay? Also, one very important tip which no one else will tell you, that you should go ahead and in step 1 itself, you should go over here, click on customize current theme. Okay? Customize current theme. Go to visuals, click on border and start, switch on the border. Switch on the border. Guys, why am I saying that? Why should you switch on your border? It will really help you in aligning everything in your dashboard. It will really help you in aligning everything in your dashboard. This is something which it's sort of a tip from my side, and no one else will give you this sort of a tip. Okay? Keep your borders on. It will really help you in aligning everything in the dashboard. You'll be able to make a more beautiful dashboard. Okay? I don't have HR data for people who are saying I don't have the data set. Guys, you do not need to do it right now. It will be shared with you along with the notes of the session. Just learn everything right now. Practice later on using the notes of the session. Okay? Okay. How to switch on border, I'll repeat it once again. So click over here, go to the View tab, under themes, firstly choose your theme. Okay, so we have chosen the theme. Step number 2, go over here, click on customize current theme. Then click on visuals, then click on border, switch border on, change the color of the border. If you're using a black theme, then choose the white border. If you're using a white theme, choose black color or blue color, whatever the color is. Basically choose contrasting color. Okay? Now, then click on apply. Okay? So now your borders are switched on. Now we go ahead and actually build our dashboard. Okay? Now we go ahead and actually build our dashboard. Okay? So guys, you can go to this table view and see the entire data set has been uploaded here as well. Okay? Let's go ahead and build the dashboard one by one. Okay? Now guys, while building the dashboard, one more tip from my side, which is you should always build your dashboard from the bottom. Okay? Always build your dashboard from the bottom, not from the top, not from middle. From the bottom, it will again very much help you in aligning everything in your dashboard, and you'll be able to make a much more beautiful dashboard. Okay? So let's go ahead and make everything in our dashboard right from the bottom. Okay? So step number 1. Okay? Let's see what is the first visualization that we can make. So first visualization which we can make is basically we can have employment status. We can show employment status by position, and let's see what we can do over here. So let's put up a stacked bar chart. Okay? So these are the different visualizations which you can see in the visualization pane. You can have bar charts over here, you can have column charts, you can have stacked bar charts, you can have clustered bar charts, you can have slices, you can have donut charts, you can have pie charts, funnels, ribbon charts, line charts. So a lot of these different sort of charts are there. Okay? So firstly, I like to go ahead and as I mentioned, from bottom of my canvas. Guys, by the way, everything, whatever the dashboard you are building, the space where you are building your dashboard is called as a canvas. CANVAS. Okay? So the black screen that you see, that is the canvas. Everyone clear? Everyone with me? Can I get a with the chat box? If you're with me? Yes? Here, so canvas में let's go ahead and first make our first visualization. Okay, let's go ahead and make our first visualization using the stacked bar chart. Okay, in the stacked bar chart, okay, we'll make so guys, in the visualization when I choose this, now in the y-axis, x-axis legend, we'll have to add in fields, and fields where we'll add the fields now, we'll add the fields from our data pane. From our data pane. So let's say if you want count of employee status. Okay. So what are the different statuses of all the employees? What is the count of that according to their position? Okay. So employee status, where is it? There is the employee status. So if you want count of employee status, we'll add count of employee status to the y-axis. Okay. If you want count of employee status on the y-axis, and if you want it position-wise, what we'll do? We'll add position to the x-axis. Now what happens? For every count of position. So for every different sort of employment status, we'll have count of position. But guys, did we want that? Do we want count of position by employment status, or do we want count of employee status depending on their positions? Please repeat the step. Okay, I'll repeat it. I'll repeat it. Let me just simply remove it. Let me remove it. I'll start again from scratch. Okay? I'll start again from scratch. This is a blank canvas. What I'll do, I'll go to the visualization pane and click on this stacked bar chart. Once I do this, guys, this is a movable one. Okay? I can place this anywhere in my screen. Okay? But I mentioned to you that I want to start always from the bottom. So I'll start from the bottom. Okay? Then I can reposition it as well. Whatsoever size I want my graph to be of. Okay? So let's say I want to be of this size. Okay. Now what I'll do, I will add different columns to my x-axis to my y-axis. Okay. So as I was asking earlier, positional wise. Okay. Depending on the various positions. What are the various positions? Let's see over here. Okay. Production technician 1, senior DBA, production technician 2, production technician 1, database administrator. So like this, there are different positions of all the employees. So depending on their position, what is the status for every such position? What is the count of employee status for every such position? This is what we want to know. Okay. So count of employee status for every position. So for production technician 1, we have count of employment status as 137. So 137 people are from production technician 1, 57 people are production technician 2. Then area sales manager 27. Like this, we have different count of every such department we have gotten over here. Agree with me? Yes. Count of every such department we have gotten over here. Yes. But let's say we want to know the employment status. Okay, employment status. What is employment status? I'll just show you over here. So employment status is over here, right? So active. How many people are active? How many people are voluntarily terminated? How many people are terminated for cause? So like this, there are different employment statuses of all the employees. But have we been able to get that in this particular chart? Have we been able to get how many people are voluntarily terminated in this chart? We have just gotten the number of people in who are production technician 1, production technician 2, correct? Have we gotten their employment status details as well? Like how many people voluntarily terminated, how many people are actually continuing the job, etc. Have we been able to get that yet? No, right? We haven't been able to get that yet, correct? No. So how do we get that? We will add employment status criteria to the legend of this particular graph. Okay? To the legend of this particular graph. Now guys, what happens is for every employment status, we have gotten the count of employment status by position. Okay? By position, as you can see over here. Okay? For production technician 1. For production technician 1, how many people are active? Can you see over here? Line blue is active. Okay. So for production technician 1, 85 people are having active status. How many people? 7 people have been terminated for a cause, and 45 people have been voluntarily terminated. Like this, we have gotten the count of every such position. How many of you are absolutely mind blown looking at this particular first chart? How many of you are absolutely mindful looking at this first chart that without writing in a single line of code, we have gotten for every position we have gotten the total number of people in that particular department, and we have gotten the breakup of the number of people who for every such employment status as well. 45 people voluntarily terminated, 7 people terminated for cause, 85 people are active. So this is one very good insight that you can give to the management. How many of you agree that this is one very good insight that you can give to the management who are looking to solve their hiring problems? That out of total people, 85 plus 45 plus 7, only 85 people are active so far, and these people have been terminated for this and this reason. Similarly, for production technician, out of so many people, only these are active. For area sales manager, etc. How many of you feel very good graph to be shown to the management? Yes. Yes. Amazing. Chal. Okay. Let's move to the second thing that we can show to the to our employees. What is it that you can show to the senior management? The senior management would be very interested in knowing the salaries, for every position as well inside the company. How many of you agree? Right? Knowing the salary for every position, like production technician 1, 2, something salaries are. How many of you feel that it's a very valid thing that management would like to see? Yes. Yes. So let's go ahead and show that to the management. So what I'll do for this purpose, let's create a stacked column chart. Okay. Let's create a stacked column chart. So what I'll do, I'll go ahead and position this right over here. Okay. Position this right over here. Let me in fact decrease the width of it. Okay. So I've done that. Okay. Now. So we want to show salary for every position. Okay. So what we'll do, we'll drag salary from here, sum of salary from here to the y-axis, and we want to show it position wise. So what we'll do, we'll drag position from here to the x-axis. So guys, just again in a matter of seconds, we have been able to create a chart on what is the sum of salaries for every position in the company. For every position in the company, we have created the sum of salary for every position. How many of you feel that this is also something the management would be very interested to know? Yes. Now let's say the management wants to go one step further. They want to know sum of salary by position, but they also want to know the gender distribution. How much salary goes to male employees, how much salary goes to female employees. Then how do you go about doing that? Anyone? Any guesses? Exactly something like what we did over here. What we'll do? We'll add gender to the legend of this particular chart. And boom! Guys, boom! So many of you answered it absolutely right, and I'm so glad that you are taking away the learnings. Okay? Sum of salary for the female gender, for the male gender of production technician 1, right there in one graph itself, we have been able to get it. Right there in one graph itself. Amazing? Okay. My dashboard. My mouse is behaving a bit weird. Wait. Let me reposition it. Okay. Done. So guys, let me see if I can fix it. Yeah, done. So I've been able to fix it, guys. So my mouse was behaving a bit weird, so apologies regarding that. Okay? So guys, graph number 2, sum of salary for every position and gender, that is done. Okay? Now let's go ahead and create the third chart. Let's go ahead and create the third chart. Guys, how many of you feel that the management would also be very interested in knowing the sum of salary? Okay, the sum of salary by hiring date and department. Like, you know how HR department has been hiring, but what is the sum of salary for the various hiring dates and department wise as well? How many of you feel that position wise we have been able to identify, department wise also the management will be very interested in knowing that? Yes. Okay, chal, done. Let's go ahead and do that. Okay, let's go ahead and do that. So for this, let's use a line and start column chart. Why are we using a line and start column chart? So that's a good question. Okay, I'll answer that question to you. Why so? Because via this we'll be able to show more number of parameters in one graph itself. Let me just show it to you guys. Okay, let me drag and expand this and increase the size of this particular chart. Okay, I'll increase the size of this particular chart. Okay, to here. Now, what I do, as I mentioned, sum of salary. So guys, you all tell me, what should I be doing now? If I want to show sum of salary for every hiring date and department, what should I be doing? You all tell me. Sum of salary on x-axis or y-axis. Where will it go? It will go in the y-axis. Absolutely. Sum of salary in the y-axis. Then what will happen? Okay. If I have to show it hiring date wise, then what do I do? What do I do? Hiring date, where will it go? It will go to the x-axis. Absolutely amazing, guys. I am really amazed. Everyone is grasping all of this so quickly. Okay? So sum of salary for every such hiring date. Okay? For every such hiring date, we have been able to identify the sum of salary. But if you want to know department wise as well, if you want to know the sum of salary for every such department, for every such hiring date, how do we go about doing that? Department 2 legend. Absolutely, you guys are getting a hang of it. Super. Department to the column legend. Guys, this way we have been able to get sum of salary for every such hiring date for every department as well. As you can see over here, you can see hiring date 30th March 2015. Department IT, the sum of salary is 6,86,580. For production department, the sum of salary is this. For next date, production department it is this. For sales department it is this. Like this, we have been able to show the management for every hiring date for every department what is the sum of salary. How amazing it is. Is it amazing? Type in amazing in the chat box if you think that this is amazing. Amazing. But guys, in this particular line, in this particular line and stack column chart, this is something that you could have done in a stacked column chart as well. But in a line and stacked column chart, you get one more advantage. Guys, can you all see this line y-axis over here? Can you see this line y-axis over here? Yes. Do you see that? Yes. So using this line y-axis, what is it that something that you can do? You can actually add one more parameter over here to show two different parameters in one graph itself. Let's say the management wants to know. Tell me something guys. What might the management want to know? For every hiring date, they might want to know something. What is it that they might want to know? Let's say they want to know performance score. Okay. Let's say they want to know performance score for every such hiring date. So what you can do? You can drag this performance score over here and drag it to the line y-axis. What will it help you do? It will help you. Okay. Simply hover over this. Okay. Simply hover over this. So what is it that you are getting? For this particular hiring date, what is the count of performance score? Like how many performance score data do we have regarding that? Let's say instead of count of performance score, you want something else. Let's say you want distinct count of performance score. You can go ahead and do that as well. Okay. Why is this? You can show two different parameters in one single graph itself. That is the power of this particular line and stack column chart. Okay. So you kind of have two x-axis. Similarly, you kind of have two y-axis over here as well. Okay. For people who are saying instead of performance score, can we have something? You can definitely have anything you want. Okay. Whatever can be shown via y-axis. Let's say you want to show. Tell me what else do you want to show? Tell me. Let's say you want to show gender-wise data. Okay. what is the count of gender? Okay, you want to show that. You can do that as well. Over here, basically count of employees. Or let's say if you want to show sum of employment satisfaction score. If you want to show that, okay, you can show that. What is the sum of employment satisfaction score for every such state? Okay, that is the power this particular graph gives you. How many of you are really mind blown by with the help of this graph? Like, you know, how easy it can make things for you? Yes, and guys, there is no correct graph, no correct dashboard or anything like that. The better you can visualize the dashboard, the better you will be able to make it. Okay? Now let's go forward. Okay, we'll add more charts over here. Let's say the management wants to know in every department what is the number of people, what is the count of people in every single department. How do you go about doing that? Do you think it is a very valid question that the management would want to know for every department what is the number of people in every department? Yes, very valid question. Yes. And Prajwal is suggesting that we can use a pie chart for it. Prajwal, if you are suggesting that, let's go ahead and use a pie chart. Okay, let's go ahead and use a pie chart for it. Okay. So we can go ahead and make a pie chart for this. Okay, guys. By the way, now do you see why did I suggest you use a border initially itself? If you had not used the border initially, every chart would have been haywire and you wouldn't have aligned things. Now does it make sense to you why we used borders as step 1 itself? Yes. Can we use line chart? Absolutely. You can use any sort of chart that you want. You just need to think of it. What will best represent what the management is looking for. Okay? So let's say you want count of people in every department. Okay? So if you are using a pie chart for it, department, guys, tell me where will department go? They'll go in legend, right? Okay. For people who might get confused over here, when we were using this, you had x-axis, y-axis, but when you use pie chart or donut chart or things like that, over there, x-axis gets changed to legend and y-axis gets changed to values. Okay? It is exactly the same. X-axis for what you are looking for, just like x-axis. So similarly, for every department you are looking for the count, correct? So where will department go? Under legend or values? What do you think? What do you think? Where will it go? It will go under legend. Absolutely correct. Okay? Understood? So for every such department, now we have to figure out the count of people. Guys, any idea how we can figure out the count of people in such department? Any idea? Using the value stuff. Correct. Using the value stuff. But why? What should I input over here so that I can get the value? So that I can get the count of employees in every such department. Employment status, employee ID. Okay, I see a lot of answers. And a lot of it is correct. Okay, I can use employee ID as well. Okay, I can use employee ID and count of employee ID will tell me. Okay, guys. By the way, I want all of you to just focus over here once and see what just exactly happened. Okay, over here, guys. This is sum of employee ID. When I drag this and put it over here, Power BI automatically changes it to count of employee ID, not sum of employee ID. Power BI automatically changes it to count of employee ID. This is the AI magic which is happening in Power BI. Power BI is smart enough to understand that sum of employee ID will not mean anything over here. You will need to figure out what is the count of employee ID. Okay? So either if you want sum of employee ID, you can change that as well. Okay, simply click over here, click on sum of employee ID, and then you can calculate the sum, but it will not make any sense to you. Okay? But count of employee ID will tell you the number of people in such department. Okay? Similarly, you could have simply used any other such parameter. Okay? Like department, you would have put over here, and it will give you the count of department. This will also help you calculate the same thing itself. Okay? Sum of number of employees for every department you can do via that also. Or let's say via any such parameter. Via any such parameter you will be able to do that. Okay? Employee ID, if I do that, count of employee ID, this will give me the number of employees in every single department. Everyone absolutely clear? Everyone absolutely clear and with me so far? With me? Yes. Chal. Let's move on to the next thing. Okay? Let's move on to the next thing. What is it? Let's see. Now guys, let's say if you want to calculate the total number of employees, I'll show you one more new thing over here. Okay? अभी तक whatever we have seen कि using the parameters which was there in our Excel window itself. Okay, in our Excel files, these were the parameters. These were the parameters that we had. Now, if we want to make a new parameter inside Power BI. Okay, it is not feasible that we go to the Excel and make a new parameter over there and then upload it again Power BI over here. Or if we want to create a count of something, or we want to create a new metric if we want to create. How do we do that? Okay, how many of you want to learn to create a new parameter inside Power BI using the existing parameters, using existing columns? Do you want to create a new parameter? How many of you want to do? Yes. If you want to make an even more beautiful dashboard, okay, if you want to go one step further, if you want to do that, you should have the power of creating new parameters, new measures inside Power BI. Okay, guys, this is something which I'm sure no one teaches you. I'll go ahead and do that. Okay, so we'll go to this new measure. I'll go. What we'll do? You'll go to home, and under home, we'll click on new measure. Okay, we'll click on new measure. Now, let's say I want a new measure of total number of employees. Guys, do you think it will be a valuable thing to have total number of employees as one of the measures which we can use for any of our visualizations? It will be a valuable thing to have, right? So what you can do, you can click on new measure and you can create a new measure for yourself. Okay, you can rename it. Let's say total number of employees is a parameter that we want to have. So you can write total employees over here, and then basically you can write a formula over here. Okay, you can write a formula over here. What is the formula that you can use? What is the formula that you can use? So you will go and type in count rows. Okay, you will go and type in count rows and then add a single inverted comma. So HR data will come and then close the brackets. So what it will do? It will count the total number of rows inside this particular file. What is the total number of rows in this particular Excel file? Guys, what do you think? What is the total number of rows? What is the total number of rows? It is 311, correct? It is 311. So once you do this, it will create a new measure. Okay, I'll simply click on enter, count rows, HR data. It will create a new measure, a new parameter inside our Power BI. And you can see there is a calculator button over here, correct? There is a calculator thing over here. A calculator symbol, yes. Yes. Correct. So this means that this is a new measure which was not there when you uploaded the Power BI window, and this is something that you have calculated yourself. Like this, there are n number of formulas inside Power BI via which you can create new measures like this, and via which you will be able to make more and more beautiful dashboards. Guys, everyone clear on how to create a new measure? Everyone absolutely clear on how to create a new measure? Did you all like it? Did you all like it? On a scale of 1 to 10, did you all like it? Yes. Like that, absolutely clear. Awesome. 10x. Super. Okay, let's go to the next thing. Using this in total number of employees. Okay, let's say we want to show to the management what are the total number of employees for every such employment satisfaction score. How do you go about doing that? Again, we can simply create a start column chart. We can place the column chart over here. We can reposition this. Okay, then what we'll do, we'll add total number of employees. Okay. Earlier, what we had to do, we had to put in count of employee ID. Right now, what we can do, we can skip that part and simply add total number of employees to the y-axis and let's say employment score. Okay, employment satisfaction score to the x-axis. Now, for every employment satisfaction score, you have the total number of employees and you do not need to use the count of employee ID method as we used earlier. That is the power of creating a new measure. How many of you are absolutely mind blown by this? How many of you are absolutely mind blown by this? You know how you can create a new measure and using this new measure. Okay, so Prashant Singh is saying add department into this. Yes, you can in fact do that. Okay, in this particular this thing, if you if you want to remove count of employee ID and add total employees over here, see the same graph comes. The same graph comes. This is the power of this chart. Okay, instead of using count of employee IDs, you can use this. And via this, guys, this is just a way I wanted to show to you via which you can create n number of variables inside Power BI and to make your dashboard more and more insightful. How many of you found this to be insightful? Insightful? Please repeat how to create a new measure. Sure, I do that. What do you have to do? Simply click on new measure over here. Simply click on new measure over here. Once you click on new measure, you need to give a name to your measure. What is it that you want to call it? And then use any of the formulas inside Power BI in order to create a new measure. There are n number of formulas. Okay, there are n number of formulas. Okay, like this count rows is there, count blank is there. So like this, any of the formulas that you can use, then there are more formulas which are inbuilt. Okay, which are inbuilt. Of course, I do not have the time to cover all of these formulas in this particular session, but I showed you one such method so that you can do it on your own later on as well. ठीक है? चलो. Insightful? चलो. Now we'll go ahead and give. We'll go ahead and give basically a heading to our entire Power BI dashboard that we are making. So what we'll do, we'll go to insert and then insert a text box. Okay? We'll go to insert and then insert a text box. Then again you can resize the text box like we have been doing. Okay? Resize it. Over here you can write something like HR summary report. You can resize it as well. Let's say if you want to keep it of 28 size, you can do that. Let's say if you want to keep it center aligned, you can do that. Let's say if you want to make it bold, you can do that. Any of these things you will be able to do. Okay? Okay? You have been able to do that. Once you do this, let's add certain more things inside our Power BI window. Now guys. What we'll be doing, we will be adding something which is called as a card visual. Okay, which is called as a card visual inside Power BI. Okay, what is a card visual? It is basically something very simple but very effective. These are basically just plain simple-sided numbers. Okay, so there is a card visual. Click on a card visual over here. Okay, click on a card visual over here and place it towards the top of your screen over here. Okay, place it over here. Now you can size it as you want it. Okay, let's say I want to size it like this. Okay, over here, what you need to do? Basically, any of the most important parameter that your boss would like to see at any given point of time. Okay, let's say the boss would really like to see what is the sum of total salaries that we are disbursing every single time. Okay, what is the sum of total salaries? So what you will do? Simply drag salary from here and place it in field. Place it in field. So this sum of total salaries which the company is disbursing every single year, that comes out to be 21 million. Okay, it comes out to be 21 million, and you will be able to show it to the boss. Whenever the count of employees, more employees join, some employees leave, it will automatically be updated. What is the sum of total salary? How many of you this would be a very important parameter which the boss would want to know? Sum of total salary, and along with it, the boss would really want to also know the sum of total number of employees present in the company. So what you can do about it? You can create one more card visual. Either create one more card visual or go over here, copy it and paste it. Ctrl+C, Ctrl+V, and you have been able to create one more card visual for yourself. Okay? Ctrl+C, Ctrl+V, created one more card visual, place it over here, and instead of sum of salary, let's say you want to show total number of employees in the company, simply drag total number of employees from here to here. The sum of total salary 21 million, sum of total number of employees, that comes out to be 311. Okay, insightful, very insightful things which the boss would want to know. Yes, agree with me? Absolutely great, amazing, superb. superb, very insightful. चल now guys we go one step further. ठीक है? So what we'll do, we'll go ahead and add in filters. Okay? In fact, let's do one thing. Before even adding filters to our chart, even before adding filters to our chart, let's create more visualizations. Let's say we want to show what is the count of employment status by employment status itself. So we can create a donut chart for it. Similarly, like a pie chart, we can create a donut chart as well. Okay, we can go ahead and use this. We can position it over here, and we can basically resize it like this. Let's say if we resize it like this. Okay, we want to show that for every employment status. Okay, we'll drag this to the legend. Okay, for every employment status, what is the number of people who are there in such employment status? Okay, so what will do, count of employment status by employment status. So in total, how many number of people are in active status? So out of 311 employees, guys, this particular chart will help the company identify that out of total 311 employees, only 207 are active. Correct? Out of 311, only 207 are active. So that is a very important parameter which the boss would like to see. With this, senior management would like to see. Correct? Agree with me? How many people have been voluntarily terminated? Can you see in the screen? How many people have been voluntarily terminated? Any correct answers? It is 88. Absolutely correct. How many people terminated for 16 and 207 are active. Okay, so for every sort of employment status, we have gotten the results for that as well. And let's say boss also wants to know. The boss also wants to know what is the total number of employees for both the genders. Okay, the boss wants to know that as well. So what we'll do, we'll create a stand column chart for it. We'll place it over here. Let us resize it. Okay, let us resize this. Okay, what we'll do over here, we'll add gender, count of gender to the, we'll add gender to the x-axis, and we'll add total number of employees to the y-axis. So, female number of staff are 176 and male are 125. So, you have been able to add that as well. Okay, now if you want to modify it further, you can do that, you can add more modifications to this. Now guys, there is something very insightful in Power BI, something very amazing in Power BI which you won't see in any other visualization tools. Does anyone know what am I talking about? Does anyone know what am I talking about? This is something which will absolutely blow your mind. What is it? It is the power of interactivity. Okay? It is the power of interactivity in Power BI. What do I mean? Let's say I want to modify. The boss says that I want to see all of this data only for my female employees. Only for my female employees. Will you go ahead and change all of your dashboards, change all of your charts for only female employees? Will you go ahead and do that? No. Guys, how many of you want me to show a way via which within 1 second you will be able to modify this entire chart only for female employees? Yes. Amazing. So what will you need to do for this? Simply click on female over here. Simply click on female. As you can see, number of employees has changed to 176. Sum of salary has changed to 12 million. And you can see all of this entire data has been changed, keeping female staff in mind. All of this entire data. Okay, only for female data. You can see for male it has been de-highlighted. Okay, only blue one is highlighted. Female this has been de-highlighted. Okay, as again you can see over here, production technician 1. Okay, active employment status. Like this, it has been broken down. It has been broken down further. When I did not have female selected, you see only 3 colors over here. Once I choose female, you can see that only this highlighted portion. Okay, only this highlighted portion. As you can see over here, everyone can see 52 highlighted. Yes. So 52 are the number of staff which are female over here. Okay, then if you go over here, out of 7, 4 people terminated for cause, 4 people were female out of that. Okay. let's say the boss asks for production technician 2, what is the number of female staff who are in active status? So out of 31 number of people, 19 are female staff. How many of you are absolutely mind blown by this particular interactivity feature? Employment satisfaction scores for female male segregated. For count of employee by department wise, for female male segregated. For over here, if I select female over here, you can see there are two colors, three colors over here. Once I do that, highlighted, dehighlighted, separate. Okay? If I scroll over here for female employees, the sum of salary is 2,94,570. For total is 6,86. So like this, you are being able to tell everything for female gender as well inside the company without doing anything extra. All of this done in a matter of seconds. Okay, very saying, what about mail? Simply click mail. Simply click mail and you will have all your data from your employee. Let's say if you want to figure all of this out for let's say engineering department only. Click on engineering over here. Click on engineering. All of your data has been modified for engineering department. 1 million is the sum of salary, total number of employees is 11. Out of these 11 employees, you can figure out the active. If I go to active, only 7 people are active. Out of 11, only 7 people are active. And all of that would modify the fact of only this particular department of engineering. Type in the biggest MB in the chat box if you are absolutely mind blown about it. Superb. Type in the biggest step in the chat box if you think that this is absolutely mind blowing. Okay? MB, absolutely mind blowing. Guys, that is not it. Okay? In Power BI gives you an option of going ahead and creating filters. Okay, let's say if you are not being able to use this interactivity feature for showing something, you can go ahead and add in filters in your chart, filters and slices. Okay? If I click on slicer over here, okay, I think. Yeah. So if I go ahead and click on slicer over here, okay, I'll be able to add slicers to my chart as well, and I can resize it. Okay, I can resize it. Let's say I want position wise. Okay, I want position wise filter that my entire chart shows for a specific position only. Then what I can do, I'll add position over here and it will show me the different positions inside my organization. Okay, I can click on basically I can go to format your visual, I can click on slicer setting, and instead of vertical list I can click on drop down. Okay, I can click on drop down. So now you choose any position. Let's say if I want to for a senior DBA, I want my entire chart to be modified for a senior DBA. I choose that and my entire chart has been modified to that of a senior DBA. So via the interactivity feature, what happens, things get highlighted or dehighlighted. But if you don't want it to be highlighted, but the entire chart to be very clean and just show things only for a senior DBA, so you can see that total number of senior DBAs are 2, out of total sum of salary is 204K, out of which only one person is active, count of employee ID you can see total is 2, then senior DBA, all of this data you can see over here for a senior DBA. So like this, you can have this slicer and filter inside Power BI as well. Okay? Clear? And you can add more slices as well. Okay, I can Control C, Control V. I'll add in one more slicer. So instead of position, let's say, guys, tell me what one more slicer do you want to have? Any further slicer. Let's say the boss says that I only want to see people who have an employment satisfaction score of 5, or let's say of 1. So what I can do, I can add employment satisfaction score over here, and let's say of 1. So for all dissatisfied employees, boss wants to see the data. So I'll click 1 over here, and for all dissatisfied employees, I'll have all the data right there in front of my screen. Okay? For 1 and 2, the boss wants to see. For let's say for only 2, the boss wants to see data. For all the satisfied employees, boss wants to see the data, and you can have it right over here. All of this completely modifiable by the help of these particular slices. MB in the chat box if you are mind blown by this. Really mind blown. MB. Now guys, I'm going to be showing you one thing. showing you one thing which will blow your mind even further. Okay, which will blow your mind even further, which is one of the latest things which comes to Power BI. And you know what? I have actually make your task even more simpler. Even more simpler. This is one of the most powerful things that I'm going to be teaching you. And in order to teach this, guys, I want to do it. Basically, guys, we are a completely bootstrap company. Okay, so in order, once I teach this, I want a small request from your side. Okay, if you happen to like what I'm going to be teaching, only if you happen to like the next thing that I'm going to be teaching you, I will request you to just spare 30 seconds of your time and give us a good feedback. Only if you happen to like what I'm going to be teaching. If you don't like it, you can spare the feedback, you don't have to do it. But if you like it, can you take up 30 seconds of your time and give us a feedback about the workshop and how you're liking it so far? Sure? Done? Sure? Okay. Firstly, let me show it to you. Only if you happen to like it, you can go ahead and do that. Okay? So guys, now what I'm going to be teaching you. Now what I'm going to be teaching you is one of the most powerful things over there. Okay? What is it that I'm going to be talking about? What is it that I'm going to be talking about? Okay, so it is basically the AI powered version of Power BI via which you can ask any sort of questions, via which you can ask any sort of question about your Power BI dashboard that you have created to Power BI directly. How do you go about doing that? Simply go to this insert tab over here. Once you go to this insert tab, guys, do you see this Q&A? Do you see this Q&A button over here? Yes. Okay. So click on this Q&A button. Once you click on this Q&A button, again you can reposition it. I'll position it over here, the only blank part of my canvas so far. I'll position it over here. And what do you see over here? This is a Q&A box, and this is powered by AI. What does it mean? What does it mean? Any question your boss asks you which you are not being able to show via the visualizations you have created, simply ask your AI friend over here, and your friend will be able to answer that question for you right here in this Power BI window. Let's say if you want top states by total employee, simply click that over here, and this particular window, this particular window will answer this particular question for you. Guys, by the way, any question which you have, tell me any question which you want the Power BI window to ask for you, to answer for you. Let's say, tell me guys, any question. Let's say you want to know total salary. You want to know sum of salary by state. Let's say for every state you want to know sum of salary. Okay? Let's see. I asked this question from Power BI, from this Q&A button in Power BI, and you can see over here that I have gotten my answer. Okay? I have gotten my answer. Let me just simply expand it once so that we are able to see it. So for every state, for MA state, what is the sum of salary? This is the sum of salary. For CT state, for TX state, for RI state. Basically, for every state, what is the sum of salary? You have been able to calculate in a matter of seconds via this particular Q&A option. You do not need to create a chart. You did not do anything. You simply asked it over here, and your work was done. How many of you are simply mind blown by this? Absolutely mind blown by this. Okay? And you can go ahead and ask any question, guys. Absolutely any question, and it will be able to answer that. Okay? Go ahead and ask any question. While you are practicing, maybe sharing your notes. While you are practicing, ask any question, and your work will be done via this particular thing that we have just created. Mind blown? I think in the chat box it is absolutely mind blowing. Yes, if it is mind-blowing, guys, I would suggest you, if only if you like it, there is no pressure, no force as such. But if you happen to like it, we really have been working very hard for creating this webinar, for conducting all our workshops, masterclasses. We'll request you, my team member is sharing basically a feedback link right now. Okay, just take on 20 seconds, 30 seconds of your time. Go ahead and post a good feedback for us. It will mean the world to me. It will mean the world to me. If you can just take out 30 seconds of your time and post in a good feedback about this. I'll just wait for 30 seconds and then we'll go ahead and share you some more learnings. 5-star, thank you so much. Sure. Done. Guys, once you are done, typing done in the chat box so that I know that you are done. Typing done in the chat box so that I know that you are done. Done with feedback. Done with feedback. Done. Best workshop of my life. How many of you feel that this is one of the best sessions that is going on in your life? Best workshop of your life, best session. If you only you want to feel it. You do not have to say it because others are saying it. Only if you also feel the same. Done. Wait to give feedback. Team member has shared it. You can give the feedback over there. Done. Done. Now guys, let's see how far have we reached. This is the dashboard that we want to create. Okay, this is the dashboard that we want to create. Have we been able to create this sort of a dashboard? Have we been able to create this sort of a dashboard? What is the meaning? Tell me guys, what is the meaning? Okay, we have been able to kind of do almost everything. What is the meaning? Only the icons in the main email. Yes. Only the icons in the main email. That is it. What is the meaning? Yes. So how do we go about doing that? Okay? How do we go about doing that? So click over here. Okay? Do you see these three dots over here? Do you see these three dots over here? Yes. Get more visuals. Click on get more visuals. Okay? Get more visuals. Click on get more visuals. So once you click on get more visuals, so you will find a lot of options over here on what are the different sort of visualizations that you can add to your Power BI window. Okay? So let's say you want a let's see. So this should be informational. Okay. Yeah, here it is. Infographic designer. Okay? You can go ahead and choose this. Choose the infographic designer. By the way, guys, this is completely optional. Okay, this infographic designer thing. Only if you want to go ahead and do this, you can go ahead and do this. Otherwise, you can please skip it as well. It is not required as such because your work is already done. Okay? But if you still want to go ahead and do this, what you can do? Click over here, then click on this infographic designer. Okay? Click on this infographic designer. Once you do this, once you click on this infographic designer, okay? Click on this edit mark over here. Okay? Click on this edit mark and increase the size of this. Okay? Once you increase the size of this, what do you need to do over here? You need to go to the top left button, okay? And click on people over here. Click on people, then click on mail over here. Okay? Now go to data binding. Click on data binding along according to gender. Okay? For female gender, this is something that you want to choose. For male gender, this is something that you want to choose. Choose that and click on apply. Okay? Choose this as shape 1. Again go over here. Click on gender. For female gender, this. For male gender, this. And then click on apply. Once you do that, your work is done. Now again you can basically reduce the size. You can reduce the size and you have been able to change it. You have been able to change from a bar chart to a chart like this where you have male and female. Repeat it? Okay, I'll repeat it. I think I went a bit fast, I'll repeat it. Let me do one thing, I'll delete this. Okay? I'll delete this, I'll make this chart once again. Okay? सब लोग मेरे को follow करना, ठीक है? Okay, done. So now what I do, I'll click on start column chart. I'll create a chart over here. What is the chart that we have created? Total employees for every gender, correct? But if we do this, so ऐसा आ जाता है. So what we do, we again click over here and click on this infographic designer. ठीक है? Click on this infographic designer. I click on this infographic designer. So it will be modified to this. Now what I do, I click on this edit mark. Then expand it. Okay? Then expand it. Now what I do, I'll go over here to this data binding. Okay? I'll go to data binding over here. Now over here, I'll click on gender. Data binding field gender. Then for female gender, what I do, I'll go to people, choose the female gender thing. For male, I'll click over here, I'll click the male gender thing. And then I'll click on apply. As soon as I click on apply, it is done. And now I can reposition this, I can remove this, and reposition it, and my work is done. Then from where did you get the infographic designer? Then I'll show that to you as well. ठीक है? Click on get more visuals. ठीक है? Click on this three dots. Get more visuals. And once you go to get more visuals, over here you will see much more graphics if you want it. ठीक है? Over here what I did, I simply search for this information graphics and I'll just show you guys. Okay, over here I searched for informational graphics. It won't come now because it has already okay, it is coming now as well. Infographic designer. So I'll choose this and simply add it. Once I click on add, it will be added to my Power BI window. अब सबसे clear है? Is everyone with me clear? Clear? Vishakhi says, make sure you are hydrated and loving the workshop. That's a good reminder. Vishakhi, go ahead and ask someone. ठीक है? Then so this is also done. Now guys, tell me, we have been able to create a dashboard just like we saw. Just like we saw, we have been able to create a dashboard. But still, even after we have created this Q&A visual and something and other things, let's say if the boss goes further deeper and asks you further deeper questions, okay? The boss goes ahead and asks you questions like, explain me why, let's say, why. Tell me guys, let's say boss wants a certain analysis. Okay, boss wants a certain analysis. Okay, so boss wants to know why this particular thing happened. If you want to word in something like this, so how do you go about doing that? Okay, I'll show you this as well. Okay, I'll show you this as well. So what I'll do, I'll go over here. Okay, I'll right click over here. Okay, what I've done is I've gone over here, I'll right click here, and then I'll click on summarize. Okay, I'll click on summarize. Once I do that and click on custom, now guys, some magic is gonna happen right in front of you. Type in magic in the chat box if you're ready for some magic. Type in magic in the chat box. Magic. Guys, so why did this? What is the analysis behind it? What did I do? I simply right-clicked on it and asked the artificial intelligence inside Power BI to summarize it. So sum of salary and sum of total, employment satisfaction are negatively correlated with each other. Okay. First, for this date department production made up 3.69% sum of salary. Production accounted for 67.2% of count of employee ID. Voluntarily terminated had highest average count of employment status as 7.33 followed by this. So the entire summary of this particular analysis has been given to you via the click of a button. How many of you are absolutely mind blown with this magic which I just showed to you? Magic, MB, awesome, absolutely mind-blowing. Okay, repeat once again. I'm seeing a lot of repeat once again. Let me do that. So guys, what am I doing? Let's say anything you want in this graph to be analyzed or summarized. What you will do? You will go simply over here, right-click over here, and if you want to summarize it, click on summarize. If you want to analyze it, okay, if you want to analyze it, click on analyze. Find where this distribution is different. Okay, click on analyze, click on find where this distribution is different, and the artificial intelligence inside Power BI will do all of this analysis for you automatically without even doing anything. By just a single click of a button, it has done all of this analysis that voluntarily terminated with 28.3% of records active, with 66% of records are terminated for cause, 5% of records most affect this particular distribution. Null with 66% termination data is null with 66.6% of records most affects this particular distribution. Okay, then you can compare, you can basically switch these particular parameters of comparison on or off as well. Okay, then this particular analysis, then more like this you have gotten 5-10 different sort of analysis which will explain you why this particular thing happened.
Similarly, over here, let's say if you want to analyze pair, find where this particular distribution is different, it will analyze that for you as well. Okay, if you don't want it to be a analyze thing, if you want just a summary of this entire thing, simply right click and click on summarize. It will summarize this entire thing for you. What is happening over here in this particular graph? Okay, sum of salary and sum of total employment satisfaction are positively correlated with each other. So what can you guys tell me, what is it that you can do with the help of this particular feature? With the help of this particular thing which I just showed to you, you have made this entire Power BI window, correct? You have made this entire Power BI window. You can go ahead further. Okay, you can go ahead further. And whenever you are presenting to your senior management, to your bosses, you can show all of this analysis. You can tell all of this analysis as well. Okay, with this analyze and summarize feature, you can prepare it beforehand, like why this is going up, why this is going down, so that you can create a very positive impression in front of your boss. How many of you found this particular artificial intelligence feature inside Power BI? Be absolutely fabulous. Type in fabulous in the chat box if you think that this is absolutely fabulous. Fabulous, awesome, amazing, mind-blowing, awesome, amazing. Done. Super. So guys, so far we have been able to create this entire dashboard. We have learned how to modify these sort of columns. We have learned a couple of AI features inside Power BI as well. But I have a lot more to teach you. Before I go further and teach you more and more about it, it is very important for us to summarize everything that we have done so far. How many of you agree that summarizing everything that we have done so far is very important before we continue ahead with the session? Yes? Otherwise, we will lose track of the session, right? So let's go ahead and simply summarize. Okay? So far, we have gone from absolutely zero or little knowledge in Power BI to. Guys, keep on typing in yes in the chat box if you think that we have covered this. Okay? We learned how to install Power BI desktop in your system. We had shared the steps with you earlier. We'll share the steps with you once again along with the notes of the session. Yes? We learned that. Yes? Then we learned how to connect different sort of data sources in Power BI. We use CSV file, Excel file in this particular session, but I showed you different methods which are there, and you can use any of those in order to connect your data source to Power BI. Then we learned about doing manual calculations. We basically did manual calculations with the help of not DAX, but we created new measures. How many of you remember the new measure that we created for total employee? Yes, we did. Okay. Then we learned to create different sort of card visualizations, different sort of line charts, column charts, gauge charts, pie charts, donut charts, slices to slice our data. We learned about the interactivity features in Power BI. We learned how to summarize data to provide meaningful insights in Power BI. We found out trends analysis using AI in Power BI, exactly what we did in the last couple of minutes. Then we learned how to answer any sort of question inside Power BI. We also learned how to customize our themes inside Power BI. All of this we did in the last couple of hours. How many of you feel that in the last approximately 1.5 hours, whatever we have learned, we have been able to do all of this in the last 1.5 hours? Yes. Learned everything, whatever is written in the screen, we have learned everything so far. Now guys, before we move on, I want to ask a couple of questions to you guys. Okay, I want to ask a couple of questions. We saw the power of artificial intelligence inside Power BI. Okay, now guys, I want to ask everyone, all of you, my friends over here, I want to ask you all. Now do you understand the true potential of artificial intelligence and data analysis using artificial intelligence? Like how it has made things so easy for us, and what is the real potential of it? Type in me in the chat box if you really understand the potential of it. Yes? Now my friend, do you understand how leveraging data can help you become much more efficient and faster at your work? Do you truly understand how leveraging data can help you become much more efficient and faster as well? Now my friend, do you understand how AI can easily take over most of your job and how you can soon be out of your job if you do not master it? Okay, if all of this analysis, all of this dashboard creation and everything has gotten so easy with AI, with the things that I taught in this session. Okay, do you think that you can't be soon out of your job? Like these things can be, a lot of these things can be automated and done, in a much more easier manner without the requirement of so much manpower. And now, my friend, do you realize how important it is for you to master the most in-demand software and technologies in order to not just survive in your career, but grow in your career and get the salary increment that you have always desired for? Type in a big yes in the chat box if you agree with me on all of these four statements. like how important it has become for us to truly understand the potential of AI and how AI is doing all of this and how it's become so important for us to learn everything about AI, because if we do not do it, we can soon be out of a job, and in order to not just survive but grow in your career, grow incrementally in our career, we really need to master the power of AI. Do you truly believe in that? Yes. It is very important, because if we do not do that, we can soon be out of our jobs. And this is not me saying. This is not me saying. You can see the data of the past. Okay, either you learn AI right now, or be ready to lose your job and get replaced by AI. No matter whatever department or sector you are working in. You could be someone who is working in Microsoft, and Microsoft has laid off more than 10,000 employees so far. Okay, you could be Goldman Sachs begins large round of layoff, more than 3,200 people laid off in Goldman Sachs. JP Morgan lays off begin this week nearly 500 employees to be sacked. This is not just happening in MNCs, this is happening across startups, this is happening across corporates and MNCs as well. All of these companies are laying off. You think that the number of layoff news have reduced now, and so many layoffs are not happening right now. It used to happen in 2023, first half of 2024, etc. That is not the case, guys. Only the news of these layoffs have reduced. Why so? I can tell about that because it was really, the news was very high at that time. But the number of layoffs, they are not reduced. Simply go to layofftracker.fyi, you will be able to see that the number of layoffs, because of this artificial intelligence revolution, has simply been exponentially increasing with time. It is coming for more and more jobs of people who are not using AI. It is coming for everyone, happening in MNCs, happening in corporates, happening in startups, and happening across professions. You could be a coder developer, and the ex-CEO of Stability AI, Mr. says that most coders in India will lose jobs within a year or two. You could be in accounting and finance. AI takes over accounting and finance jobs. Companies replacing human employees. You could be a marketer, you could be a HR professional, you could be a doctor, or you could be a lawyer in a legal profession. Basically, you could be from any profession, and AI is coming for each and every job. In fact, it is coming for the jobs of CEOs as well, because the AI has already replaced the CEO of a major Chinese gaming company, and things appear to be going absolutely well for them. So the point is, we all, me, you, we all are an entire generation of people who are working in jobs which are not even gonna exist without AI in the next 12 to 15 months. How many of you absolutely agree with me on this? I have agreed to this, I know that my job is at risk, I know my, family members, my employees, all of our jobs are at risk if we do not start to integrate AI in our existing jobs. How many of you absolutely agree to it? Yes, agreed. Okay. For people, who do not agree, even though I saw most of you agree to it,